What's up, guys? Josh Bushing here, Fairly Awesome Podcast crew. Ready for episode 22. I'm joined with my brother Nate.
Hey, what's going on?
And Ryan.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, guys? Episode 22.
I feel like you took my intro.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, that guy. That guy over there talking. So we've got some pretty cool podcast topics this week. Nate, you brought up gamer soundtracks. You wanna take us into this?
I surely do want to take you into this. Take you right into
the melody of awesomeness.
This sounds horrific, actually.
Into my brain. No, I feel like game soundtracks these days are very memorable. In fact, I would say even the last 20 years, even in the NES era, have been memorable and have stuck with us. And I thought it would be interesting to explore the idea of which soundtracks have stuck with you over the years and which ones you still kind of listen to even to this day. I would submit that mine has actually been Mass Effect and Mass Effect 2. I listen to those a lot. Like, I'll listen to those at work while I'm working on whatever it is.
Interesting.
I do. Internet. I'm not telling you. Whatever it is I do in my secret lab. I listen to Mass Effect a lot. Some of the other ones I listen to the original Unreal soundtrack. Let's see what else. I was going to say Final Fantasies, I guess.
Is it different now that you're an adult versus when you were a kid?
You know,
I mean, you're not listening to Zelda soundtrack.
No, not like the 8-bit Zelda, but I know people that are into the chiptunes. I'm not as huge into the chiptunes. Yeah, well, that's kind of what they colloquially call them. But no, I think they sort of have that nostalgic feel. Like when I listen to it, like it kind of recalls a moment. Like when I first heard that soundtrack, I think maybe that's why it sticks with you more. Mm-hmm. Like in a video game, like versus a movie. Like a movie, you kind of remember that moment, but like in a video game, you're like, oh, I remember this moment when I heard this sound or this song, and I did this in the game.
Right. It instantly takes you back to whatever age you were and what you were doing and where you were playing the game.
Yep. So I listen to those. Some of those. I think are just so well written that it seems like it's after the fact that I come in and I'm like, oh man, this was actually really good. Like the Halo soundtracks are amazing.
Right.
That's the one I was going to say.
Yeah.
Is like, especially the last one, because it was like...
4?
Halo 4 was released right when dubstep was like commercially in its big mainstream swing. And they had like pre-released their soundtrack before the game came out. Mm-hmm. And it was like this, I don't know, I want to say almost like tribal meets dubstep.
Yeah.
And that was really cool. I listened to that for quite a while. I still have that.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not super nostalgic, but I mean, the Mass Effect ones are good. I listen to those from time to time. Mm-hmm. Let's see, there's a couple others that I listened to. I'm trying to think of what they were. Especially the Mass Effect 2 was fantastic. You're right.
I actually don't think I have Mass Effect 3 downloaded, but I know that it was a different artist. They went with somebody else that kind of like riffed on what Jack Horner? Jack something. Not Horner. I don't remember. I didn't remember his name. First name was Jack, but he was the one that did the first two. And then they got a different recording artist to do the third.
So Assassin's Creed 4. I will put this one out there. Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag.
Yes.
Is not a soundtrack that I would probably listen to while at work, but it is one that gets stuck in your head.
Really?
Yes. It's like, because it's all pirate songs and whatnot. They get stuck in your head.
The sea shanties.
The sea shanties get stuck in your head.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Like, seriously, they're just like playing through my head right now.
Well, I was going to say, most game music to me is very memorable, even more than songs in some ways. Like, like when I think of Mega Man, I think of some of the songs that I'm going to hear when I play the game, or something like the stages that each one had, because they repeat. They're short little things.
They're very short. So like after a while, you're like, okay, I'm kind of just and I wonder if there's a play with that with the music, whether you like that particular boss or not. You're like, if the stage is extremely hard and you hear the music over and over and over again, you're like, okay, I'm done. Like, I hate Bubble Man.
Yes. There is a what is it in Mega Man X2? There is a God, what is that? Is it Sigma? Thinking of there's like there's a stage anyway at the end after you beat all the masters, not robot masters, but whatever they were in Mega Man X2. And there's a stage at the end. I remember having to try to do this really difficult jump to get it was like the uppercut in that game, because you could unlock like this Dr. Light capsule in the final stages, and you could unlock basically by doing this really difficult maneuver where you like air dash and then you use like some item to turbo burn or something over the other way. So you air dash one way and air dash the other way, and it was really hard with these spikes. And the song like that was playing in there is stuck in my head right now. Like I could hear it. It's like and I hate it because I know exactly what that means. Is like because I died so many times trying to get that goddamn capsule and I couldn't get it. So that music is like it makes it memorable. Yeah. So like,
but then you hear it and you're like immediately tense up.
I tense up, and even when I like go back and play it, I start sweating, my palms.
So if Nate ever goes to prison and Bubba comes up with a boombox and it's
that song is gonna,
you're like, oh god,
not like this, Bubba, not like this. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I don't. Yeah, no, it is.
He's like, world's exploding.
Yeah, it does. It does send me to like a dark place, guys.
I think that's like, I don't know, some of the soundtracks that I really enjoyed were, Final Fantasy 6 or 3 was really cool. 3 Super NES, 3 6 everywhere else.
Yep.
And that like opera music is very, very iconic.
I think for the ones that are
16-bit, it's not.
I was gonna say the ones that are like those old 8-bit or sound 8-bit, the ones I like of those are where they're like remade, like fully, like there's like the concert that tours generally during the winter or whatever, video games
live,
right? Music of video games.
Josh and I actually saw that. Yeah,
it was good.
And I think that would be really cool if somebody like that redid the Final Fantasy music, because that is so incredible. Like I heard a guy that did he did like a lot of the Mega Man stuff in heavy metal,
guitar.
Right?
Yeah.
And that was incredible. That was really good.
Well, I was gonna say like Mega Man X, most of it was like a MIDI guitar that they used over it, and it would be awesome to hear that done. And a lot of people have done that, like on YouTube. You can go out and find that kind of music redone. I know Final Fantasy, they had I'm gonna murder his name. The original composer Uematsu. Yep. The composer from most of the Final Fantasy music. He was actually in a band called the Black Mages, which is they do like a metal version of kind of some of the Final Fantasy stuff. And they took like the battle music and some of that, and they would take it and sort of use some of his pieces, like he'd play the organ in it or whatever. I know one of the battle themes in Final Fantasy VI is in there, I'm pretty sure, or like the final battle.
The Kafka battle. Or
yes. I'm Dancing Mad. Is that what it is? Dancing Mad, something like that. Either way. I think that's where you see the full realization of what they were trying to create with this little 16-bit sound module, or 8-bit in the case of Nintendo.
That got me through a lot of times. That and Killer Instinct. we snagged one of the first release copies of Killer Instinct, and it came with the CD for the soundtrack.
Yes,
Saberwolf's music was awesome.
There were a lot of music on that CD. Awesome.
There was a lot of like kind of
metal-y stuff. Interesting.
You still have that?
I think so.
Huh.
I think it's probably scratched to hell at this point.
It might be.
You can probably find it somewhere.
Sure, you can go download it. The theme for it was really very, very guitar driven, sort of hard rock.
Quake was another one because that was all.
Oh, Quake was awesome.
Nine Inch
You know
Nails,
what? You know what?
yes.
I almost forgot about that. Quake had their whole score done by 9 Inch Nails. That was incredible.
Trent
It was
Reznor, yeah.
It was really
the full-
creepy and just.
Industrial sound.
If you
Yeah,
go back
so
and
good.
listen to it, it's so ambient and atmosphere, and I love that. Like, the thing about atmospheric music too is like it really is dividing. Like, you'll get one audience that really loves it, and one that's like, "What is this?" Like, you
Right,
never
they don't
listen to
understand
Yeah,
it
they don't.
because
But
it's
like-
not structured the same way.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, I was gonna say another one I forgot to mention in my earlier talks. Half-Life 2. I actually listened to Half-Life 2 a lot.
Really?
Yeah, and it's very ambient. Like, to somebody who's never played the game, if they were to listen to it, they'd be like, "This is horrible." You know, and to listen to it, it just doesn't evoke anything to them because they haven't been in the
There's
game.
no experience tied
Yeah,
with that.
for me, I'm like, I hear a section, I'm like, I remember that. I walked out and saw this. And
It's
that,
freaking
and that.
Ravenholm.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
yeah.
Ravenholm. Like, you know exactly.
We don't go there.
I'm about to hear Dave Attell come toss me a shotgun because I always thought the preacher that was at Ravenholm looked like Dave Attell.
Attell.
Yeah.
Yes, we made jokes about that.
So no, yeah, it was.
The other one I'm gonna say that I don't listen to the soundtrack, but I mean the soundtrack in the game was really good. Skyrim.
Oh,
I could just
yeah.
sit there and kind of wander around. It made it good because it was
Atmospheric.
Sort of, and melodic and whatnot, and you could sort of just sit there listening to it and explore, and it kind of made you want to do that, and that was really good. I think a good pairing for the game to get
Each
music.
town had its own music too.
Yeah.
Did you notice that?
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So that was a good example of a soundtrack.
My favorite, like current, I would say, but it's not really current. It's like last gen, but ODST.
Oh
That
man.
soundtrack.
Yeah.
is
That's
just
a really good soundtrack. Now that you say that.
I listen to that a lot.
You know, so you just tripped something for me.
'Kay.
And that's a lot of racing games have phenomenal soundtracks as well.
Oh my god, yeah.
Gran Turismo 3,
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember playing that with you guys.
Yes.
And I remember like going, this is a phenomenal soundtrack.
We were writing
so we
down
went,
all
right.
the.
Was
the-
that
the
Apollo
audio.
440?
Yes.
Yep.
Cold Rock the Mic?
Cold Rock the Mic,
Yeah.
sorry.
Or was
Oh,
that
yeah.
Gran Turismo 2? I can't remember. It was
It
one
might have
of
been
those.
it might have
It
been two, but it was Gran Turismo for sure.
Yeah.
And
I
so
do
then from
remember
there,
that.
the Need for Speed games have had fantastic soundtracks. In fact, I think it was Need for Speed Most Wanted had a soundtrack
lot
that I
of, like,
still
games
listen to.
right around that time frame that started realizing that you could go and the licensing for actual legit songs were doable because the computer processing within the console could do it.
Right.
So then they were like, hey, we could throw this in there and get more people to pique their interest because they're actually playing regular music.
Treat it like
Instead
satellite
of
radio,
just
right?
Yeah,
Grand
like
Theft
media
Auto
stuff.
3, for
or like
example.
MIDI stuff, blast in the background gets kind of annoying. You got like a, current classic rock station that's playing, like any of the.
Well, like I didn't know about
Grand Theft
Junkie
Auto
XL. I didn't know about Junkie XL until Need for Speed.
Yeah.
So like when I played that game and that came on, I was like, this is freaking awesome.
Yes. That's good stuff.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it brings out, it adds, I think, a lot of flavor to an experience that you're already playing. Like music in general does that, but it continues to add that element within the game. And then you'll tie that to something that happens. Talking about before the game.
You know
I
what
like
I do?
that.
I
It's
do
just
find interesting
solid.
though. Zelda, probably the most thought out, earliest. You know what I mean? Like as far as what the music was gonna be, and that's not something I really listen to a whole lot. And I don't get in the games thinking, "Wow, this soundtrack kicks ass."
Like
You know what I
which
mean?
one?
It's
Which was
interesting.
like Zelda?
Ocarina's pretty good.
Yeah, I would say
Yeah, Ocarina's pretty good.
It was
maybe
okay.
Link's, or I was gonna say Link to the Past had some memorable soundtracks, but most of it is like repeated in each dungeon. Dun, 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 dun. Well, yeah, like I
You're
played.
just ready to go on an adventure.
No,
and
yeah,
slash the
exactly.
fuck out of
The last what was it? The 3DS game. I'm thinking Link Between Worlds, where they did the kind of like
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
yeah.
like a spiritual successor to that game. Had some of those same soundtracks just kind of like remixed, and I'm like, oh my god, this is so nostalgic. Like I just felt like I was playing Link to the Past again. You know,
Yeah.
like I felt like I was back
Super
in
Nintendo,
1993. Yeah, it just had that same sort of feel.
That's awesome.
Yeah, no, it's and they have like a milk bar in Link Between Worlds where you can go and like pay this this band You give them like a few rupees and they'll play like soundtracks, and they'll do it like it's like a guitar and a flute or ocarina or whatever it is, playing the soundtrack from like some of the old town music and stuff like that. Yeah, it's just really cool. It has this like nostalgic thing, and I like sat there and listened to it while I was playing it. I'm like, oh my god, this is like a weird surreal moment where I'm like sitting here almost like in a bar listening to music. Like I should have a beer next to me and be like, I remember '93. This was fantastic, you guys. You don't even know who the fuck this band is, but I do.
Good segue for it.
This old man met me out in the desert and was like, "Here, take this."
Yeah,
Take surprise announcement. Nintendo, bring back games to the mobile devices.
Yeah, no shit. Oh my god. No, but it's really good.
So I think that about sums it up for ones that I really remember.
Really liked. It's good time.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, moving on. It's a scientist who came up with this 53.
Okay,
Yeah,
so we saw the other day that British Petroleum, so BP.
Oh, it's BP. Okay.
Did sort of a world analysis of how much oil reserves are left. Right. This isn't natural gas. This isn't fossil fuels. It's just oil reserves.
Okay.
And they estimate that there's at our current rate of consumption, there's 53.3 years remaining of oil, right? So I would say that we started using oil heavily at maybe 1900.
Yeah.
You know,
late 1800s, maybe.
Industrial Revolution.
I would still say even then 1900's a pretty good year because not everybody had cars yet, but the oil was being used a lot for like, you know, big
machinery, lubrication.
Right. Yep.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So I would say that about starts it. So yeah, we're about 120 years into using oil. We have 53 years left, and that's, you know, if you take a scientific approach as opposed to a biblical approach, we've got, you know, millions of years of oil deposits. We got 53.3 years left, according to BP. Now,
that's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. Now, there's a couple of things here. Like, one part, I think about this and I'm like, geez, that is so soon. Like, we are...
Yeah, it's within our lifetime.
Right.
Yeah.
For most of us, maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Depending on medical advances.
And yet we got big markets still coming in that will have even more cars using fuel even more quickly. Mm-hmm. And that's, India and China.
Yep.
Assuming that in the next 50 years we don't have another emerging market, which we will. You know what I mean? It's gonna be crazy to see what happens. Now, what this assumes, and they're huge assumptions, is that we are going to continue consuming fuel at the same rate, or oil at the same rate.
That was their assumption?
That they say at current assumption, or the current rate of consumption.
Probably going to increase too.
Yeah. Well, maybe not. Right? Fuel economy of cars has been steadily going up.
That's true.
There's technology that as it gets more expensive, as we get to less and less reserve, the price will continue to skyrocket, which makes other modes of transportation or whatever. I mean, the big consumption is gasoline itself, right?
Right.
I mean, we still use oil for almost all lubricants are based in some form of oil. Even synthetics are based in some sort of oil, at its root.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a little worrisome that even if we switch over to not using gasoline, that's really not that long for all of our lubrication needs.
No,
but yeah,
sorry,
then on the flip side,
Ryan, you're gonna have to look for Astroglide somewhere else.
Right?
It's water-based.
Whatever.
So the Josh would know. Water-based. No, the flip side of this is I remember being in like the 5th or 6th grade, and in science class they're talking to you about fossil fuels, and they drew like a gas gauge, and they drew the needle on E, that there's only a tiny bit left, and I'm like, really? I mean, if we've been going 120 years, we got 53.3 years left. That's not on E.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's about a third of a tank left.
Yeah.
So I don't know. On one side, I'm a little surprised that it's that long. On the other side, I'm surprised we have that long left. You know?
Yeah.
Current consumption. That's interesting. I guess I don't know.
Because it could go either way. There's going to be more population using fuel here pretty soon. They won't be using high tech. They won't be using hybrids. They'll just be using easy internal combustion engines because they're cheap.
Right.
So the solution to this, right, is to find alternative resources that we can use for cars.
Right. Or
transportation, or in oil in any regard, right?
Right.
As energy.
Some sort of creative lubricant too.
Yeah.
That could double as the.
And I think we can come up with synthetic.
Yeah.
I think we can come up with synthetics that can accomplish that.
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff that can work. It's not like it's going to be the apocalypse when this hits or whatever, because it will have seen it coming much sooner than. I mean, right now they're saying 50-some years. In another.
The price of a tank of gas in like 20 years is going to be so beyond what we can afford, right, that we'll have to have something.
There will be a market
to
for
make our
else.
market to make our economy even work.
Right. I mean, okay. The other thought is, assuming they find no new reserves of oil, which they're finding new reserves of oil all the time. I mean, they'll be like, oh my God, now we just fracked under, this area and we found some more fossil fuel. They find oil reserves in the same way. So if they find more reserves, that number will go up. So it's not something that we need to be super worried about. But I mean, 53 years left. We've only been going 120 years.
That kind of surprises me. I always thought that we had more than that.
I always knew that there'd be a finite number, but astronomically large finite number. Like an entire planet base. But then we have all kinds of other things out in space. Would this maybe start up if they find out it's either lower or faster? Do you think that this will help maybe get governments united to fund more expeditions?
Well, what's interesting about that is we got to figure out another way. I mean, because you're talking about space exploration to try and find more fuel. We burn a shitload of fuel just to do that. Mm. So we got to figure out a better way of getting into space as well, because that burns a lot.
Yeah, I was going to say, the space program probably is responsible for at least a decent chunk of.
They burn a lot, but I mean not really even on the blip of a radar. I don't think
compared to what we burn as an entire species.
Think of how many people fill up at a gas station. How many times you pull the handle out and then dribble.
Right.
There's probably more in the dribbles all across the country and the world
than what NASA's used. Yeah,
That's
perhaps.
very true.
I mean, but we are sort of at a limit of chemical propulsion anyway when it comes to space explorations. We got to figure out something there.
Point. We need something bigger.
We need anti-gravity.
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 Antimatter? Is that what you were going to say?
No, anti-gravity.
Anti-gravity.
Yes.
So we just float out into space.
We just float out into space.
Turn it on and float.
Incubus wrote a song about that. That's why we should.
The love song.
Yeah, the love song. It's a love song, fucker.
I don't know. So I think the first thing we'll see are people getting way more fuel efficient vehicles. I think we'll see more mass transit take over.
Yeah,
because that's more fuel efficient.
It's hard to do in the States simply because our land mass is just so massive.
And it's so spread out. Our infrastructure is so...
Yeah, I mean, you could do it to cities, but I don't think you could do, mass transit unless you had some sort of mass transit stations set up across, and then, just had...
I think part of it is because we make driving, freely driving, so affordable that there's no incentive to do that stuff. If there was less incentive to just drive freely, we would have mass transit systems because there would be demand for it. You know what I mean? Right now, if they build a mass transit from...
Well, we're getting there.
Yeah, that's true.
How much multitasking we're doing, and how much more stuff that they continue to add to people's jobs or ideas and stuff. So maybe more of those kinds of people spend more time on a train, taking advantage of travel time.
Yeah.
Versus,
or on a flight. Those kinds of things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that'll be the other thing, is that I wonder if it'll change our flight travel right now. Air travel
pretty cheap as well.
Right. I wondered, does that go significantly up?
Well, I would say honestly, I've seen a huge increase in it. I used to fly a lot back in 2005, 2006, that era, and even in the last 8 years, it's gone up exponentially compared to what I'm used to paying for a flight ticket, like 200% more for a
I
ticket.
think that's about right.
Yeah.
Now, is that just the natural progression
Of prices?
Yeah.
Every 7 years, they expect to double.
Possibly.
Yeah.
Maybe
that's what it is.
I mean, car prices are going up as well. You
Yeah.
know, you look at car prices at 2000 versus car prices now, and it's laughable.
Yeah.
What? You could buy this for that?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, we'll have to see what happens, but I think it'll be a gradual change, and we'll see some reasonable expectation of travel still available, even when prices get ridiculous.
Yeah, maybe the hydrogen powered cell or whatever else it is
perhaps.
out there. Solar powered cars. Who knows what we'll have?
I mean, you've got Tesla right now doing fully electric cars.
Yeah.
As opposed to like the Chevy Volt, which uses it's an electric car with an onboard generator that you can use gas to recharge the electric batteries. But I think the Tesla model might be where things go, just because it's not the compromise. So long as they get infrastructure, that's a much better method.
Yeah.
I mean, it's way cheaper too. Like per mile, what you pay with those, as opposed to.
It's true, but there's still like how much of the.
Yeah, they're high end cars
oil
right
and
now.
coal burning type stuff to produce the power used to charge the batteries that the Volt drives on.
That's a very good point. But what's an easier problem to solve? Cleaning up the grid, which is sort of dirty power right now.
Maybe more.
But
nuclear,
I'm okay.
solar,
With
hydrogen,
nuclear.
whatever it takes. Yeah.
Right. But if we're talking 53 years of oil reserves, just opening that up so that it's on the power grid, which you can improve the power grid over time. I have no issues with them using coal to supplement the power grid right now. I mean, we've got a lot of fossil fuels, and so long as I'm not saying oh God, let's cut everything and just go totally green, but I mean that can be an incremental process, and it's way easier to do that than it is change over to using
Hydrogen
corn
powered cars.
gas or hydrogen. Yeah, right. It's easier to do that, I think. To say okay,
because you have small grid updates, right? You just go here. We replace this power station with this. We replace this with this instead of replacing with millions of cars with this. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
there's too many small satellites to replace.
Exactly. It'll take over, but yeah, I get what you're saying.
We'll see how that goes, but yeah, a little staggering seeing that 53 years left.
Yeah, that is really crazy. BP, if you're right, we salute you. I think. I don't know.
They had upward. They probably projected upward guidance as soon as they
Probably.
53 years.
Yeah, we expect massive profits. Oh shit!
Crazy. Speaking of crazy, there's a guy in Columbus, Ohio.
That is crazy.
Who would live in Columbus, Ohio? Seriously.
Right.
Okay, so this
Columbus, Ohio listener.
I'm sorry.
Screw you guys.
I'm sorry, Columbus, Ohio listener.
All right, so Columbus, Ohio. There's a guy.
His name Zach Danger Brown.
Danger is my middle name. Did he watch a lot of Austin Powers?
He might have.
Okay.
So what is Danger is his middle name doing that is so notable in Columbus, Ohio?
He's making potato salad.
That does sound dangerous.
Does it involve mustard?
It might.
Oh,
it's his first potato salad.
Oh my god.
Alright, so for any of the listeners who are not familiar with this story, apparently he set up like a $10 Kickstarter. He's just like, hey, here, help me fund making potato salad. I don't know if he did it as like initially as a joke, or if it was like a dare or something.
Yeah,
I don't know.
He got drunk one night and was
Either
like,
way,
Kickstarter sounds great.
as of us taping tonight, he's at $49,480.
Oh my god!
With 5,983 backers, and he still has 19 days to go on his funding.
I am in the wrong business, you guys. That's
No,
all I
needed-
have to say.
I needed
a
to
potato
kickstart my college. You know, what I mean, 49,000.
Yes.
Yeah,
Jesus.
Exactly.
I would afford it that way.
So, yeah. What do you guys think about this?
This is lunacy, and this is like what happens when you get the internet behind whatever. You know, I mean, as soon as it
Was
goes
it a
viral,
4chan thing? Is this like a 4chan or a Reddit thing?
No, I think he started it with some friends or something, and then like it just got
Viral.
a couple of
It got viral.
It got a couple of plays from some like local media because it hit hard. Like he got like $100 or $200, and he only wanted $10 for his initial like funding. That was like how much he needed for the funding for the product was $10.
That
it's like 1,000% funded.
That is
Yes.
freaking hilarious,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
Oh my god.
Like if you look through some of his original like stretch goals, you know how like if you get funding, you know you're gonna get funded. You'll get like stretch goals, so they start like adding stuff. He's like at 450, he just stops making stretch goals. He's all like, guys, I can't have all these people in my room.
Okay, so what is he offering these people if they invest in kickstarting his potato salad adventure? What did he get for that?
It really just depends on how much you back.
Okay, what's the minimum?
I think minimum was just like $1.
If I wanted this guy to have a very delicious potato salad, what would I?
His
what would I
stretch
be
goals
donating?
$258 was better mayonnaise from the natural food selection.
Better
And then
mayonnaise.
300 call a chef to get a better recipe, and then $350 make way more potato salad and probably do a third recipe. So I guess he's doing like a recipe book, and he's got a whole bunch of other people.
It's gonna be potato salad off. It's sort of like a chili off. You
Yes,
know, like cook-off, but it's
He's okay. So at $1,000, he was like, "I'll do a live stream potato salad." He's like, $1,200. I'll pay someone to film a thank you video to all my backers. He's like, 3,000. My kitchen is too small. I rent out a party hall and invite the whole internet to the potato salad party. Only $10 and above will be allowed in the kitchen. The internet loves potato salad. Let's show them that potato salad loves the internet. And he's slaughtered that goal. Like, I mean, that was.
So how many
45,000.
people are attending his potato salad extravaganza?
Now I don't know how many actual people are gonna be there, but right now he's at almost 6,000 backers.
6,000
Jesus.
backers.
Not even Jesus Christ fed more than 5,000 people.
Jesus Christ, fed the 5,000.
Did not
Yeah.
feed 6,000 with potato salad. That's all.
Yeah. Okay. So like $2.
We're gonna
says
get struck by
receive a-
lightning. I'm glad we're in your basement.
I know, dude. We're protected. We got two
If you
layers.
only have like $1, I guess he's gonna send a thank you, and he'll say your name out loud when he's making the potato salad.
That barely covers the stamp for the thank you. $1.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't receive a photo of me making the potato salad, a thank you posted to our website, and it will say your name out loud while making the potato salad. That was $2.
Liar.
So they're
I
gonna
don't think. I mean, really, 6,000 names. This is gonna take you a year. Oh, that's crazy.
That is
Jeez.
ridiculous.
Yes. Yes.
So let's assume that I don't know. Let's just do some rough math here. For easy sake, let's say 5,000 are going to attend this, right? that 1,000 and some are the less than $10 backers that can't go. They're just going to get a thank you. You know,
Okay.
they threw $1 at it. So let's say 5,000 people are going to show up in Columbus, Ohio for some delicious potato salad.
And
right?
not rock on the range.
Right, and not rock on the range. Good lord. Let's say, what do you think a normal serving is? 8 ounces? Half a pound of potato salad?
Maybe, yeah, and that's
His
not
pledge
even a
is
lot.
like- He's got 375 people that have pledged $10 or more, and that's platinum level according to this.
How many?
375.
375.
They
and-
hang
and
out in
those
the
are-
kitchen making the potato salad.
Right, 375 cooks
Yes.
for potato salad.
Oh
Yes.
my
So, okay,
god.
so I think 5,000 is a pretty reasonable number for a number of people that are going to be there for this.
Possibly. Yeah.
For the amount of potato salad, I'm going to say 8 ounces of potato salad is a serving,
Okay.
right? So half a pound.
Jesus.
2,500 pounds of potato salad.
I want to see the
I
picture
wanna-
of them like bringing in this truck of the giant amount of potatoes that they're gonna need in order to cook this
Oh
up.
my god.
Oh my god.
Russia's
it's
gonna be
awesome.
crying.
Oh.
There could
wow.
be accidents with that amount of potato salad.
Seriously.
Yeah, probably.
Seriously, there's got to be. Oh my god.
When was the last time you think we had a good suffocation by potato salad pile?
I don't know.
Do you think that's ever really happened?
Well, but here's the thing: how many different recipes is he gonna have? Is it gonna be like a potato salad like taste off? And there'll be like 300 different versions of potato salad.
Oh,
I don't know at
That's
this
a good
point.
point. I mean, he's got 300 cooks.
375 cooks.
375.
And that number
counting.
could keep going up.
It does. How long's he got to go on this?
when
19
is this?
days.
19
When is he
days.
doing the potato salad thing? In August or something?
Yeah, I don't know. Get listed.
Oh my god.
I'm guessing it's just like whenever he
Fucking
gets
crazy.
finished here. So.
I can't believe that. Like,
You know what? I'm going to Kickstarter. I'm feeling a big poop coming on. And I would like some premium toilet paper. If I get $200, I'll live stream the poop.
I guarantee there'll be $50,000 back in that. Just Ryan on the side, gripping the side of the handle.
Like, you'll take it, you'll fly to Vegas, you'll rent like the
It'll be
biggest
on the stage.
penthouse that you could possibly get, and then film it.
No, it'll be on stage somewhere if it gets big enough.
It'll be Cirque du Soleil. And Ryan's in the fountain just like,
There's I'm center stage on the toilet. Everybody else is like dancing around me.
Cirque du Crepe.
Oh, that is fantastic.
That is
Oh my god.
pretty terrible, to be honest. I don't know how I feel about this.
I kind of would back that, Ryan. I want you to get right on that.
Yep.
You'd back it right up.
How many Chipotle servings would I have to eat beforehand for this? No, I don't know. It is pretty messed up, though, that you can raise $50,000 for potato salad dinner.
Yeah.
Just
That's
saying.
pretty crazy.
Yeah.
The power of the internet.
Yeah, power of the internet. Unique
Word of
idea.
mouth.
What are some of the other ones that are like this, that are just absolutely off-the-wall Kickstarters you've seen?
No.
Are there any that have really gone viral quite like this?
Not that are like kind of a joke related.
Right.
That at least that I'm aware of. I mean, the Reading Rainbow one was pretty crazy. It had the most Kickstarter backers, most number of backers.
Over Oculus?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Blew out. Now I don't know if it had over the amount that Oculus,
How much they raised?
Yeah.
But number
I'm
of
not sure.
backers.
But number of backers they.
Everybody can get behind Reading Rainbow.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, why not? It's LeVar Burton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that just ended not too long ago. Like a week ago.
When do they start filming that? Are they filming it now or?
The Reading Rainbow one?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I'm guessing he's gonna get into that.
Very soon.
They did hit that goal, so I'm pretty sure Seth MacFarlane is donating that $1 million.
Oh, they did hit that
Yep.
double goal or whatever, double the money.
So,
Damn, that's
yeah,
crazy.
it's like 7-something mil.
Wow.
Raised.
That's pretty impressive stuff.
Mm.
Kickstarter, legit.
Yeah,
Totes.
it has.
$50,000 for your potato salad dinner. Just saying.
Now, there's going to be a lot of things that probably come out that aren't going to be as...
That won't succeed.
They won't. I don't think they'll go very far.
Well, there's been good ideas or old games that people have been trying to bring back that haven't really succeeded.
There's a lot of
Kickstarter platform.
I guess Harmony Gold is trying to get some Kickstarting funds for bringing back Robotech.
Bringing it back, not letting it
doing some
remaster or anything. Let's
doing
bring it back and have.
Well, doing something for it. I don't remember it. I'm gonna look at it.
That would be crazy.
A lot of people snubbering over the BattleTech Harmony Gold lawsuits.
Yes. Yes, Harmony Gold is kind of a.
So yeah. Well, maybe we do the bonus topic.
Oh, bonus topic?
Bonus
Are we
topic.
bonus topping?
Well, I mean, it's like bonus rant / topic.
Okay, lay it on me, Josh.
All right, so
Give it to me.
I have a favorites list on my Spotify, and the other day this song came on, and I was getting with it, and I was singing along, and all of a sudden,
Wait. Can I just do my impression of what you were saying? He was like, I came in like a wrecking ball.
I don't think she cusses. Anyhow,
I came in like a fucking wreck.
yes, like a fucking wreck, and that's basically what happened. They censored it. The song originally was the explicit version, and then rather than play like the one that I think has a video of it.
What song are we talking about here? How critical were the expletives?
They're not really.
Was
critical.
it a Tupac song?
No, wasn't.
Because those are kind of necessary in there.
So yeah,
Josh is afraid to admit what he was listening to.
What? No.
Yes,
it's Jason Derulo's song.
No, he was. Yep, just afraid to admit it. That's all he's saying.
No, it's fine.
My Little Pony's Island Adventure
Right,
3,
solo.
the explicit version.
The explicit song.
The explicit version.
He's like talking about getting his stuff together, and then he's like had to get my shit together.
And they bleeped it.
Had to get my together. You're like.
I think he said myself together in the music video. So I don't know why they didn't use that version instead of the obvious bleep in the song.
So this would be sort of like, back when Black Eyed Peas were the hot shit.
Sure.
And, Let's Get Retarded gets turned into Let's Get It Started. And you're like, what the hell just happened to my song?
Right.
I agree with you here. It's kind of like, leave it alone.
Or
leave my list alone.
Like that, if the list is sound, then add a clean version to it. You know what I mean? Or like, hey, would you like to, and then give me an option to switch it. You know
but
what
they
I mean?
just did it.
They just did it. And this is where the subscriptions to music lists and stuff.
This is kind of akin to your mom going into your room when you're a kid and finding your explicit ones and then just replacing them, and you're like, the fuck.
Exactly. You're just kind of like, I was enjoying the list. Like if there was an option to turn on, or hey, we're putting in this profanity filter in case you're at a event and you want to listen to some music from us, but you don't want your parents or there's kids around or whatever. You don't want any of that kind of language being around. You have the little filter button and you hit the button and it filters out anything.
Right, tries to find
songs that won't, or there'll be clean versions of the songs that
won't. Or if they don't have the clean version, don't play it.
Right.
Yeah, I totally agree. Do something like that.
Well,
don't mess with the
hard?
list.
Like, don't change the song just because you have. You know what I mean? Like, it's almost like shady that they just like, we'll just. Like,
was your whole list changed to clean?
I don't know. Well, no,
certainly the one song.
just the one song is all I noticed, and then I played through some of the other songs, and no, that wasn't changed. The CeeLo Green song was still the same, but then they have two different versions of that song.
Weird.
So
It's very odd.
I got a little upset by it because I was just like, okay, it would have been okay if they would have told me they were doing it, but instead they just went ahead and did it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's what's worse is like them asking for my permission, and then if I don't respond in a certain amount of time, they can go ahead and do it. That's fine. But if they didn't ask me permission, they have my email address obviously because they take money from me every month. So it's not. Why is it hard to communicate? Hey, we're going to change this song.
Right.
Or hey, this song changed. It's in a couple of your playlists. Do you want to keep this song or do you want to change it? You know what I mean? How is that difficult? Like, just a little bit of communication goes a long way with me.
Right. It could have been a mistake. It could have been like they.
But it's obviously
clean.
It's obviously like changed.
Yeah.
And it was never like that before. Otherwise, I would have found the different version.
Right.
And I can't find the different. Like two.
Can't find the explicit version.
Right. It's not on there. So it might have just been the artist himself. I don't know. But I wish Spotify would have let me know.
Mm-hmm. That we made an update to your playlist. Sorry.
Exactly.
You know what makes me feel better when that happens? Potato salad.
$50,000 of potato salad.
Of potato salad.
Yeah.
About 2,500 pounds.
I think I kind of want to take a bath in that potato salad.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I gotta say.
That's what should have been happening with this.
Right?
Yes.
Somebody should be swimming potato salad.
He should be like the Scrooge McDuck
Scrooge
of potato salad. You could dive into potato salad legitimately, as opposed to a pool of gold coins.
Yeah.
You'd break your neck on some gold coins. You would squish right into some potato salad.
It depends on how boiled those potatoes are.
Oh, man.
Crunch.
Oh, that's funny.
Well, I think that about wraps it up. Hopefully you guys enjoyed our topics this week. Our bonus topic, maybe.
Yes.
Please leave any sort of feedback, comments. Make sure to like us, follow us on Facebook. That's at Fairly Awesome Podcast.
You're talking our Twitter at Fapcast.
At Fapcast.
Indeed. And then it's
Facebook.com/Fairly
Facebook.com/FairlyAwesome. Indeed.
Yes. Thank you. Same with the YouTube account, right?
It is.
Fairly Awesome. Outstanding.
We're learning these things.
Indeed. The
Right.
internets. They are learning us.
But yeah, thumbs up, like, follow, tweet, what, all that good
Subscribe.
stuff.
Buy the mug. What?
Do we have mugs?
No.
We should have mugs.
We should have mugs.
There should be mugs.
I
We
think
should have a store.
I want a mug.
Why don't we cat press this stuff?
Yes.
We should. That'd be awesome.
Indeed.
All right, guys. Poodles.
Thanks for listening.
You have quite the trend.
Not a Roderick.
You should bring that right over. That can be our little exit trip.
Exit drum.
No, bring it over.
You need the 12 string.
Bring it over here. You need to do that.
What?
He can do the whole
And then you gotta do
Tristram thing.
yeah, you gotta do the Deckard Cain with it, Nate. There you go.